Lesson 2. Resources and Farming. Vocabulary. Nutrient. Arable. Crop rotation. Academic vocabulary. Combine. Critical. Unlock the big question. I will know why the Midwest is one of the world's most important agricultural areas. Jumpstart activity. Work with your class to show population growth. Some students will stand and hold hands to form the regional borders of the Midwest. Your teacher will name economic activities such as farming, mining, and manufacturing. Walk inside the borders when an activity that interests you is named. To successfully grow crops, a farmer needs sunshine, water, rich soil, level ground, and a long growing season. In the Midwest, all of these resources are plentiful. Farming resources. Successful farms need certain resources. For example, planting crops is easier on level or gently rolling land. With its plains, prairies, and low hills, much of the Midwest is perfect for farming. Deep soil that contains many nutrients is also important. Nutrients are substances that help plants grow. Some of the richest soil in the country is found in the Midwest. Crops also need water. Much of the Midwest gets enough rainfall to raise crops. This is particularly true in the Central Plains. In the drier Great Plains, farms can get water from rivers and underground wells. Using irrigation, farmers bring water to their fields. Sunshine is the final ingredient for successful farming. With its long growing season and hot summers, the Midwest gets plenty of sun. That sunshine, combined with everything else, makes the Midwest one of the most productive farming regions in the world. A region for farming. Farming is important in the Midwest because the region has much more arable land than other regions in the country. Arable means capable of growing crops. So thanks to the Midwest, the United States is one of the world's leading producers of farm products. For example, each year the United States produces an enormous amount of corn. In fact, it produces almost twice as much corn as China, and far more than any other country. The United States is the world's biggest producer of soybeans. More than a third of the world's crop is grown here. Our country is also one of the world's top producers of dozens of other farm products, from blueberries to cheese. The food that is grown in the Midwest is used and eaten in the United States. It is also sold to other countries. That makes Midwestern agriculture a critical part of the nation's economy. 1. Reading check. Summarize. Explain what makes the Midwest great for farming. Regions within a region. Not every part of the Midwest is the same. Because the region includes different landforms and climates, it produces a variety of crops. The Central Plains are perfect for growing corn. In fact, the area that includes Ohio, Illinois, Iowa, southern Minnesota, Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska is known as the Corn Belt. Farmers in this area grow soybeans as well as corn. Often they switch between the two crops, growing corn one year and soybeans the next. This is called crop rotation. Farms in the Great Plains to the west don't get as much rain as those in the Central Plains. As a result, farmers there grow crops that require less water, such as wheat and oats. They might also use irrigation to grow corn and soybeans. 2. Reading check. Compare and contrast. Compare how farmers on the Great Plains and Central Plains use their land differently. Explain why. Farm products. Of course, wheat, corn, and soybeans are just some of what is grown in the Midwest. In the north central region, states such as Michigan are famous for their fruit. Orchards are crowded with apple and cherry trees. Fields of berries are everywhere. In the summer and fall, these fruits, along with peaches and grapes, fill local farmers' markets. Dairy farms are also common in the Midwest. Dairy farmers raise cows for their milk. Dairy is especially important in northern states such as Wisconsin. The state is famous for its milk, cheese, butter, and other dairy products. Raising animals for meat is also a huge part of Midwestern agriculture. Much of the country's pork comes from states such as Minnesota and Iowa. A lot of corn is grown in these states, and hogs feed on the corn. This makes the area a natural fit for raising hogs. For the same reason, a lot of beef is produced in the Midwest. Chickens are raised for meat and eggs in the Midwest. Iowa is the nation's top egg-producing state. 3. Reading check. Analyze the map with a partner. Identify one state that produces dairy products and another that produces wheat. The Midwest. Land use. Other resources. Agricultural goods are not the Midwest's only products. Many non-agricultural resources contribute to the region's economy as well. Mining is important in the region. Mining for coal has provided jobs for people in Illinois for many years. Today, the state still has a quarter of the nation's supply of coal. Illinois coal provides power for millions of homes. Prefixes. When you see an unfamiliar word, try using prefixes to understand the meaning. For example, read the word non-agricultural. The prefix non means not or the opposite of. What do you think non-agricultural means? Minnesota's Mesabi Range is rich in iron. Between 1900 and 1980, the mines there produced more than half of the nation's supply of iron. Michigan is also a source of iron. In Indiana, limestone is an important natural resource. The stone is dug out of huge deposits in the ground. These deposits form an underground layer of rock in the earth. Manufacturing. The many natural resources of the Midwest help make the region a leader in manufacturing. For example, iron from Minnesota is manufactured into steel. The steel is used in construction and making machines. Indiana limestone is cut into blocks and used to build houses, bridges, and skyscrapers. The Empire State Building in New York City was constructed partly with Indiana limestone. The Midwest is a key center for manufacturing. The region produces goods that are sold all over the world. Midwestern manufacturers make cars, appliances, and many other products. 4. Reading check. Categorize the following products and resources. Highlight the agricultural items in pink and the non-agricultural items in yellow. Berries, cattle, coal, corn, dairy, eggs, iron, limestone, soybeans, wheat. Resources from lakes and rivers. The lakes and rivers of the Midwest also contain important resources. Fishing has long played a role in the economies of the Great Lakes states. American Indians fished the waters of Lake Huron and Lake Michigan. Commercial fishing was a major industry there for many years, but pollution led to a decline in fish populations in the region. This caused commercial fishing to collapse. Today, recreational fishing, or fishing for fun, is popular on Midwestern rivers and lakes. Even in winter, fishers cut holes in the ice, drop a line, and wait to catch trout or perch. Primary source. Lesson 2, check. 5. Summarize. Explain how the Midwest's physical environment enables farmers to do their jobs. Then explain how farmers change the physical environment as they farm. 6. On a trip to the Midwest, you plan to meet a farmer. Identify the kind of farmer you would like to meet. Then write a few questions you might ask him or her. 7. Explain why the Midwest is one of the world's most important agricultural areas. Lesson 2, review. Check your understanding of the key ideas of this lesson.